Good morning, everyone. It's a little shadowy. Oh, that's so much better. I had to lift this up. Oh, God, hold on. Everyone hang tight. I'm figuring this out. This is so much better. Here we go. I needed a little, I'm using a different light. It wasn't working for me. Now it is. Now I have to find the space for it to exist. Oh, God, I feel like it's going to run out of battery and shut off soon, too. Jesus, we'll just leave it as is. Hello, everyone. Look at my face. I put aloe on my face. It's burning my face a little. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the program. It is Sunday. Let us get a look at these, shall we? There's like a comic book pattern here. A little pow, zap, bang. Isn't that fun? You can tell your own story about the small man who lives on me and is going on an adventure all the way around. Good morning. Welcome to the program. It is Sunday, as it often is when I do this. I am back. Last week, I was unable to do the show, and my mother unknowingly filled in. I'm better now. I'm not great. I wouldn't even say I'm good, but I'm better now, and I think that's the important thing. If you have not already, I would beseech you, I would urge you to watch the latest. Hey, oh God, the light shut off. Oh, son of a bitch. Hang in there. Hold on, everybody. I'm figuring it out. Here we go. This will work. Let's see if this works. Well, it gives me a shadow, but it's the best we can. Now I have to look at this shadow of me. It's the best we could do under the circumstances. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Let me start again for the third fucking time. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the program. If you have not done so already, I would urge you to watch the latest AEW with Hikaru Shida. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced before. People are loving it. People are learning new things about her, which is nice. You know, they're very impressed by her, and people are already impressed with her. They're more impressed by her, which is outstanding. So much went on. There are homages. There are personal attacks. There are professional attacks. There might even be some physical attacks, unfortunately. But she sang so beautifully, and she was so tolerant of me. And I had known, you can see me be a fan of someone. I had known her since Shimmer. I had heard about her, and I was familiar with her work. Not in wrestling, but go watch it. Go comment, go like, go share, go tell Shida that you liked it. Go tell AW that you liked it. Tweet Tony Khan, whatever. He answers him. He only answers when people get angry at him, but he sees all the happy ones. And I think that's the important thing. I do the opposite. I answer the happy ones and I see all the negative ones and I just store them in my head. What else? Last week, I was in Baltimore for Dynamite. I had a wonderful AW All Access Extra Spaces with Ethan Page. Next week, we'll be doing another Spaces at 5 p.m. on Wednesday. It will be because we're doing it in conjunction with All Access. So next week, we'll have the last episode of All Access for this season or whatever. And who will I have? I don't know. Let me put it like this. I had to email to get clearance for that person. So we will see. That was very nice. I'm sure I'll be back with Renee, unfortunately, again at some juncture, but it's not about her, and it really, quite frankly, never is. Let's talk to people. Midnight Cowboy said, so RJ, I have had relations with someone who is now post-coitus, currently passed on. First of all, it sounds like you fucked them to death, number one. But number two, I'm interested. Tell me how they died, how you found out how long after you had sex with them did they die? I asked this question on Allison Rosen's podcast, if anyone had ever had sex with someone who is now dead. Because I don't think I have. I don't keep tabs on everybody. But please let me know, Midnight Cowboy. Sean said, morning call days. Hey, RJ, latest hey was such a good Shida. It was great Shida, dare I say. Mikey said, excellent hey. It made me appreciate Shida more. And that makes me feel like I'm doing good in this world. RP Deca said Shida is fun. Amanda said good morning. Josh said good morning. Lady said good morning. Mia said morning, beautiful people. Jasmine Duke said whale high. She's getting into the pun phase of her commenting, and great work there. And whale high to you. I think she's currently playing a Star Wars game on her channel. It's not my bag, but she enjoys it, and so does Orson, seemingly. Mike said, good morning, everyone. Mass Sanity said, good morning. Vish said hi from the UK, which I think we're coming to at some point. There was something about a stadium. I can't remember what it was. Silver said, good morning. Glad to finally be here. Missy said, hi, everyone. It's been a while. Squirrel Squad said, good morning. He did that lovely animation of me, that little hay thing, and it's so sweet. Go enjoy his work. Kendi said, good morning, everyone. Bazit said, that wasn't working for you, brother? No, that light quit. Austin said, good morning. Ryan said, good morning. Human Adventure said, oh my, this light is amazing. It's not that great. Susie said, ahoy, RJ. YouTube's algorithm suggested me a Splat-A-Lot best of Gildar today. You had a mirror. Gildar had a mirror? Yes, Gildar did have a mirror, and I made them spray paint it. That was me grabbing things from the makeup table, as I often do. Longbow McGlovin said, great hay this morning. The Shida popped me. Well, cut the Shida popped me. I understand now. And we should all cut. We should all make regular bowel movements, at least twice a day. Nails said, good morning, all. Oh, Nails has a new emoji. Did she upgrade to the... this is so nice. Scott said, glad to see you back. Props to Mama City. I want you to know my mother read all the comments when she did Coffee and Underwear. So if you said any shit about her, she heard it and it affected her. Rod said, this is like Spaces, but with video. Lady said, Marco Polo for no reason. Mrs. RT said, RJ City After Dark. And as I posted to my YouTube members, I think 2 or 3 days ago, was the 2-year anniversary of the first episode of Wednesday Morning Wake Up. And he did that with Shane Helms. And now look at how far we've come. Isn't that strange? Isn't that so bizarre? And I had a choice between, it was either Shane Helms or Teddy Long. And I knew Shane knew me a little bit. So I went, let's go. I don't want to draw the ire of Teddy Long. And then he ended up blocking me anyway. Austin said, what if they came back on and a creepy clown stood behind you? Then I would say, David, what are you doing here? Neil said, we have a new member badge. Yes, you do. Congratulations. Human Adventure said, well, damn, I compliment the lighting and it screws me over. Josh said, the lights going off was very similar to Pee-wee's Big Adventure when he was wandering around in the dark and you just see the eyes. Wonderfully directed by Tim Burton. Bassett said, the curse of Hollywood Hogan reigns over RJ in his quest to drink coffee in his underwear. That fella does a lot in his underwear. Ray said, is this the best one yet? I've watched it 3 times. EJO said, please do shadow puppets. Can I? Look at this. What if I just do the whole show like this and pretend this is just my hand? This has no relevancy to anyone on Spaces. She walked into my office looking for the killer. All right, I'm done with that game. Squirrel Squad said, great episode. Shida was amazing. Little hurt by the Maryland slander. It's true. I've been there a lot, and that's true. Jasmine Duke said, Baltimore. That's the way that Bud Abbott says it in Abbott and Costello. Baltimore. What are you doing in Baltimore? And that's the way it will continue to be pronounced. Next week, we are in Detroit. We are in the Little Caesars Arena. Which I'm very excited. Does anyone remember Eat Some Pizza when they had that guy? Like, it was really cartoon heavy. The Little Caesars pizza. What a weird name for pizza. Little Caesars. Think about this. We've taken a dictator, a ruler of a great empire who was brutally murdered. We've made him smaller. We've made him into a cartoon. And we've made him sell pizza. It's incredible to think about. Nils has been a member for 36 months. Holy shit. Happy cult anniversary to me. Please reenact your audition for Muscle Girl. Of course, it was a role that Shida was in, and I had auditioned for it, and they said I was too tall. So this is my audition. As I recall it, this is my audition for Muscle Girl. Hey, everybody. My name is Jugglish, and I want to, I want to be a wrestler in your little wrestle thing here. It sounds fun. It sounds great. You guys are fun. You guys are hip. You guys are hip cats. And I love this wrestling bag you guys are doing. It's a thrill. It's a pip and a hoot. And we're all going to love it. And girl, do I have muscle? I think I do, girl. I think I do. Let's get on the road. Here we go. Japan. I love Japan. And I love muscles and wrestling. We're going to have a good time. Whoop. And then apparently the casting director told me later it was the whoop that pushed it over the edge, and they said no. Emmanuel, excuse me. What is the most wholesome episode of Hey W, and why is it with Hikaru Shida? Well, she's a wholesome. I hate the term wholesome. Kenny said there should be a wrestle ant war at Wembley. I don't want to fight anymore. Candy said Baltimore was great. Thanks again for the last minute birthday cameo to start off the day of events. I did what I can. It was a real last minute cameo. Yolanda said, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, Yolanda. Thanks for being relatively on time. Midnight said 5 years, RJ, and I found, 5 years after you had sex with the person that they passed away. And I found out a year or so after. I loved the Allison Rosen podcast with Dalton. Thank you. It was one of those daydreams. I wonder if anyone I've had sex with is dead. And then I went through the Rolodex and realized, no, I don't think so. And then I thought, oh my God, that must be such a weird feeling when they do pass away. And you're like, oh my God, I had sex with that person. Did you ever, I saw a picture of me from high school. It was my drama class, and we were all sitting on the floor, maybe in 9th or 10th grade. And I was so freaked out by it because, we felt like adults at the time. And then now looking back on it, we're like it looked like we were 12. You look so young to yourself. And then I was like, oh my God, these people are going on dates, trying to kiss each other. Like, this is the weirdest shit. I don't even want to ever see a picture of me from high school again. Eric said, can I get a Bray shout out? No, you absolutely cannot. So Sierra is here. So Sierra, by the way, can we pull this up? I think we can. So Sierra informed me, and I hope this is okay, that she created me on The Sims, and I got up to a bunch of weird shit. Oh, here we go. I'm not going to say what weird shit. A lot. Talk about, whatever. I just want to show you the picture that she created. This is me in The Sims with my glasses and my hair. That's not my hairline. So it really robs me of my forehead, which is unfortunate. But she did do an incredible job. So I want to thank you personally and publicly. 812 said, great interview this morning. Glad you're back, RJ. People thought that I had been canceled, not the bad canceled, the normal canceled, the way that, Dark and Elevation were. Hopefully we can fill those spots with some other programming, God willing. And people thought we went away too, because it was the same week, that I was attacked and whatever. But no, the show will continue. For how much longer, God knows. Susie said, we should be a Jedi or a Sith. Look, Susie, I don't care. And I think that's my real answer. Lady said, I adore the latest Hey W. Shida was adorable, and I learned more about her. CBD's Nut said, long time, first time, RJ. Hello. Mikey said, any chance Mama City will be back for Mother's Day? No. You'll have to cut my head off to see that woman again. Ryan said, how are you doing today, RJ? I'm mild. I'm easing into it. I have pizza coming between 12 and 12:30. I have a plethora of blizzards coming after that at 6 p.m. It's going to be a good day. RP Decker said, Albert Hitchcock ain't got Shida on you. Yeah. Old Albert Hitchcock. Oh, I see what you're saying with the shadow thing. How does that song go? Oh, how does that song go? I'm not going to do the Alfred Hitchcock thing until I can think about it. I got it. Wait, look at this. Oh my God, that's fantastic. Thank you guys. Alfred Hitchcock. Neil said, not just me realizing it's been 3 years since I created memberships. What a day. Neil said, can we get some live reporting from the cage before the show? I believe that the Wrestle Ants, Renee and I, will be doing a little special look at the cage match. So that's my understanding. I don't know when, I don't know how, but keep your eyes peeled for that. Luke Willoughby said, Willoughby, this stops Willoughby. We should sell several states for profit. Maryland is on that list. Personally, the Dakotas and Montana should be at the top, though. Missouri, if they don't behave. I mean, Maryland is so propped up by DC. I'll say it. Okay Gamer said, I used to work at Little Caesars, and they made me wear a shirt that said hot and ready. Oh my God. Maybe we should just say pizza slut. Like, That's how bad. And I love how it's hot. This was at the peak of an apostrophe in slogans, you know? Josh said, how much crazy bread are you planning to eat in the Little Caesars arena? Yeah, it's just swimming with cheese and bread the whole time. I don't think they have that guy anymore. I also want to say, Lady said, Little Caesars cartoon says pizza, pizza. He does not say pizza, pizza. He says pizza, pizza. But he says it in that classic Little Caesars accent. Et tu brute. Nobody ever spoke like that. Human Adventure said the old Little Caesars pizza where the guy, oh my God, I'm so far behind already, where the guy wanted to buy one, but you get two, then he wants to pay for two, so they give him four, and so on. That was a routine. Luke said, RJ as an Amazon woman when? I can be an Amazonian. Susie said, all shadow detectives have a cigar in their mouth, which makes them look more professional, but a coffee mug will do. The hotel I was in Baltimore had a closing door on the bathroom, and it had a frosted glass window on the door, and it made me think of those old detective movies. May Sandy said Little Caesars commercials were not as good as the brisk stuff. I forgot that's my new catchphrase. That's brisk, baby. I tried it out on Matt Taven. He's not sold yet, so I'm going to keep saying it to him. Luke said, I lived in Little Caesars hot and ready for a minute. Wouldn't recommend. It's a sometimes food. Rob said, oh, on the excitability scale, is a pip higher than a hoot? It was a pip. A pip is like a little short burst. A hoot, I think, is probably longer and grander. Apples and oranges. You can have a pip and a hoot. Suplexus said, I wonder if brisk sales are up since RJ put them over. I did do a reaction on my channel to all the Lipton Brisk commercials. That's how much time I had on my hands last week. Lady has been a member for 12 months. Happy year anniversary to you. Yay, I hit the year mark. Let's keep the train going. I see the train coming. It's coming around the bend. Amanda said, I can't wait for Wednesday. I'll be there. Typo said, the RJ Brisk bump. That's brisk, baby. Baby said, Little Caesars pizza is Kevin Nash's favorite pizza. Because when I think of Italian gourmet, I think of Kevin Nash. Human Adventure said, was it the movie Pecker based in Baltimore? Yes, it was. As is most of John Waters' movies. T Saucy said, that's some good Shida. Luke said, you and Dalton have similar energies. I always say Dalton and I are like the light and the dark in the world. You know, like that similar, it's like two brothers separated at birth and one was happy and then one was evil. Rod said, does it count if people you've had sex with wish you were dead? Not quite, but thank you for sharing. Luke Willoughby say, shit, Sheeta. Here, there's no bleeping at all. Good for them. Good bleeping, by the way. I would like to thank Kevin Sullivan and Jeremy Ping and Kevin Sutton. There's a bunch of people named Kevin. Nail said, did you find the picture of your niece you were looking for during your Ask RJ? No, I did not. There was a picture of my niece with chocolate all over her face. It was adorable, and I can't remember what happened to it. Jay said, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you. DK said, when are you winning the AEW championship? Let me get a graphic first. CB said, wait, which Sims? I don't fucking know. Saucier is going to have to help you there. Mrs. RT said, I actually liked Phantom Menace, but I agree with you 100% that what they did with Darth Maul and those brisk commercials was stupid and killed the movie brand. Yeah, that's what killed it. Amanda has a request. A dramatic reading of Caught Like a Fly by Falling in Reverse. Please look up the lyrics. Caught by a Fly. Falling in Reverse lyrics. I will do a dramatic reading of this for you starting now. Attention, everyone. I've got a couple things I would like to get off my chest. Friends, who the fuck needs them? You know who you are. Caught like a fly in a web of your lies. It's truth be told now, or it's meet your demise. So how did it feel when you held the knife that you stuck right in my back 1,000 times? Your grandfather would probably roll in his grave if he knew of the person that you had become. I will not just lay down and take this. Not again. Not again. Oh, you have left my heart black and blue, just like your father did to you. How does it feel knowing you're barely alive? See, through bloodshot eyes, you're left empty inside. There I was, strung out and drugged through the mud. I must agree. You're just like me. And when you die, I won't be at your wake. No eulogy from me. Just a smile on my face. And while God might be busy with judging your soul, I would have slept with the girl that you loved most. What a dick this guy is. You have left my heart black and blue, just like your father did to you. How does it feel? Knowing you're barely alive, see through bloodshot eyes, you're left empty inside. There I was, strung out and dragged through the mud. I must agree. You're just like me. I'm no fucking saint, but at least I'll fucking sing about it. Oh, the audacity. That one was nice. I like that one. There was a lot going on there. Fantastic. Longbow McGlovin. What 90s emo band is that guy the lead singer of? Are you talking about me? Steve just said, hello, Governor. Susie has been a member for 17 months and used the coffee emoji, the Sylvia emoji, and my own emoji. Jay said, RJ, can you do a Hey W with your mom and Renee? I think that would be the highest rated hey ever. You know, I'll give you a little dirt. Renee's mother is a fan of mine. She says, who is that guy? So the mom demo has always been cornered by me and will continue to be. Positively E said about Dark and Elevation. So am I. I did really like those shows, but I'm sure new stuff will come up, and it's not bad to change it up. It's these things inevitably happen, but they're good. Mia has been a member for 8 months and said something I've never heard before. That's brisk, baby. Isn't that a great catchphrase? Rod said, will Rootless make a Mama City coffee shirt? Since she called, will Rootless make a Mama City coffee since she called what you drink shit? I will say this, speaking of Rootless, you can currently buy my coffee on rootlesscoffee.com. I think we're going to be redesigning the bag and a whole new launch, and I'm very excited about it. So everyone hang in there. John said, you should have a match against Danhausen. I've had before, and it went nowhere and didn't make any of us any money, so I don't want to again. Eric said, I meant birthday, not Bray. So happy birthday to me. RJ said he gave me a razz this morning. Still doesn't count as a shout out. Suplexus has said, we had Little Caesars last night. It was phenomenally all right. A2 Brute. This is my new bit. If the Little Caesars cartoon was Caesar. These really, really good stuff. Here we go. Positively E said, Twilight Zone Willoughby? Absolutely. Starring Tyne Daly's father. DK said, RJ, do you think Renee needs to be fired so you get more screen time? Listen, I was on Dynamite for 10 seconds before I got attacked. I think I'm good with being on the show. Queen of the Ring, who, of course, is doing... good morning, RJ. Thank you for having our Joshi prayers answered by having Shida on Hey W. And you can watch a Queen and Kayla discuss Shida on Hey W. They're going to break it all down for you. A real Siskel and Ebert type analysis on Church of Joshi at 12 p.m. today on their Twitch channel. That'll be great. I look forward to the analysis. Rod said, Rome's greatest emperor lives through time with a cartoon mascot and an awful salad. Poor son of a bitch. And we call them Bloody Caesars in Canada, not Bloody Marys. And we have Clamato juice, I think, instead of tomato juice. And that's allegedly the difference, but who gives a shit? Rob said, do you have a black eye or is it just the lighting creating shadows? I don't have a black eye. It's because the lighting is coming from this side. So my nose is darkening. That's why it's just one eye and not both. And now I feel hideous. So thanks, Rob. Candy said, did you enjoy your coffee out of the nice hotel glasses like you wanted? I did. So in Candy's cameo, we need a bathrobe. If you figure out when I'm staying at hotels and you order a cameo, chances are you'll get a cameo with me in a robe. Nail said, I've had several pips during this show each week. What you and Rob do is none of my business. Pogirl said, late to the chat because of Stanley Tucci. Fuck him twice. That's another catchphrase. So that's risk, baby. And then the other one is fuck him twice. DK said, RJ, why do you have a New Jersey accent if you're from Canada? DK, watch more of the programming, please. This is all canon. It was all explained. Mia said, Christina Nails made me feel so welcome in this cult. That's why I can never leave. Sorry. Human Avenger said, do you remember the last time you had a hearty chuckle? If so, was it something you said or something that somebody else said? A hearty chuckle. There was some good, sometimes good. I was talking to Daddy Magic, and I can't remember what he said, but I did laugh. And I don't, I do like this lean, this, oh my God, I have to hold the wall, I'm going to collapse. It's like a Sammy Davis Jr. kind of thing. But if a lot of times I do laugh while I'm writing, the questions and I'm doing research, because I go, oh my God, I'm wasting everyone's time and resources. And that is the guilty pleasure of it. Show Bits said, good morning, RJ. What's your coffee machine brewing of choice? Thoughts on espresso? I hate it. Let me tell you what I use. I'm about to pull it out right now and give it a good press. It is this wonderful French press. I love it. It's great. This is cold brew. It's been sitting for, I don't know, maybe 16, 18 hours. And I'm going to give it a hearty press right now. As we speak, it's going nice and slowly. Isn't this nice? Alex said, the Arquette interview was fantastic. I'm glad that you're the one person who thinks so. I think people were frightened by it. I found it in the comments, like, who's familiar with David Arquette and who is not. Because, like, if you watch any talk show he's on, he's always like that. So people wrote weird. I was like, oh, this guy's insane. I'm like, okay, you've just never seen his interviews before. But thank you. And let me give it a good pour. Oh, isn't that nice? And there we go. It's nice and black. And hopefully not too bitter. Amir said, I don't get the whole Star Wars thing. I tried to watch it and I was so confused. Look, people get mad at me and I don't even want to start a thing. But, like, it's fucking so. The May the 4th thing bothers me. It's so, like, we're all participating in a free commercial the entire fucking day. Like, real, and I get it, but also, like, guys, it's embarrassing. Speaking of embarrassing, Blue Meanie is here. Good morning to you, fine sir. Nell said, oh, by the way, I love the spaces with Ethan. Did you watch the extended version of the Firm Deletion? I watched the Firm Deletion on Rampage, and then immediately after I ran to Bleacher Report to watch the extended, which did add some context, did explain Lexi doing some on-the-scene reporting. I'm glad it was her and not me, for sure. Those kids are going to grow up to be something, huh? Lady said, I live in the tri-state area, Maryland, Virginia. I agree 100% on what you said about Maryland, RJ. Maryland covers it up by sprinkling Old Bay on everything. Yes, they do, and it's horrible. That's just like the best way to admit that your food is shit is to put Old Bay on it, because then that's all you can taste. Might as well be a turd of shit. I don't know the difference. Rob said, please look up the lyrics as becoming a citizen catchphrase. They don't, because they know if I make it up, it's just fucking game over. CBD's not said, RJ, you got to get Will Washington on Hey W Toot Sweet. I don't think he's an on-camera talent. So I don't think he fits the milieu of what we're going for here. But I did say I did meet Will Washington finally after, subtweeting about his ilk for so long. And first of all, a lovely person. I think he's going to make fantastic contributions to AEW. I think he has a keen head on his shoulders. But he also got a graphic. We walked in the door at the fucking graphic, and I think he's a piece of shit, quite frankly, because I've been cranking it out like nobody's business every week for over a year. It's almost a year and a half now. Constant content like no one else can put out, and no graphic. I don't even want the graphic. I want an explanation of the graphic system. It's not a personal affront on me. I think it's a systemic issue that I mean to rectify. And I think the only way I can do that is by having Tony Khan on the show again. I'd like to see what answer he drums up then. Alex said, has anyone from AEW given you a hard no for a Hey W interview? To my understanding, no. I don't ask too many people personally. Producers who have to schedule it or whatever. It's usually like anything that's a no is not right now. There's certainly some people who I also try to stay away from because they're in the middle of like some personal stuff, some heavy stuff. They might be injured, so they might be gone for a while, and it'd be like weird to have your thing, and it might not, whatever. But it's usually like a not right now, and that's held true. There's definitely been some people who were probably initially no's that came around to saying yes. Like, I don't think people thought Brian would ever do the show. I certainly did. I never thought Jericho would do the show. But we've certainly got, and now at this point, you're like, who is going to say no? Mia said, that wasn't for me. Showbiz said, Mia, I suggest that you watch Star Wars in order of release. I don't want to have the discourse. Austin said, oh, and I've missed this now. Austin said, what the fuck did I miss? Where am I going? Well, Andrew's in here now. Well, Jesus, hold on. Let me get back. This is madness. Luke said, oh, Jesus. Where's Austin's previous comment? I was just reading it. Oh, my God. Austin said, how the fuck? Where did he go? Oh, Austin said, I work at a Wendy's and I wear a t-shirt that says best fries, no lie. Barely rhymes. Mikey said, still can't get Rootless to Canada. That might change sometime soon. V said, AEW should hire Effie and then the Gatanic Panic can come on as your bodyguards. Yeah, that's what I want. Riley said, are you ever going to have Ethan Page on AEW? I have news for you, Riley. You can just look it up because we did it last year, or we did it the beginning of this year, January, February, March. We did 5 months ago. Get on the train. There's also a whole playlist. It's on my Twitter. It's on here. It's on my YouTube. It's on their YouTube. You can just type in Hey EW and everything will come up. CBD said, instead of being stabbed with knives, Julius Little Caesar is stabbed with the little pronged thing that keeps the cheese from getting on the pizza box. Human Adventure said, thank you, guys. Rob said, Riley Schmidt, do I have news for you? Oh, yeah, he just said what I was saying. Suplexus has said, oh, my God, Almighty Scorpion has been a member for 11 months. My, how time flies, especially when nothing is going on. Suplexus has said, Gordon Lightfoot passed away the other day. I'm sure someone had sex with him before. Oh, he was banging him left and right. Maximus Prime said, are you related to RJ Mitty? It's not the way names work. Nail said, Nyla Rose once said, F you and 12 people who look like you, and it became my favorite insult. F you twice is fun, too. Fuck him twice is a really good one. I enjoy it. I picture a dick in one ear and a dick in the other. Rod said, Courtney Cox can make you love espresso. She can't make me love cappuccino. Mikey G said, is pushing slowly the key to not get grounds in a French press? Yes. Let the system do. You're just a guide of gravity. Christy said, the behind the scenes with David with extra goodness. Filmed by John Carlo. Mike said, Daddy Magic is fantastic. I'm going to miss him on Elevation Comedy. I'm sure he'll pop up somewhere soon. Bazit said, I'd seen David interviews on Stern. I was a little too prepared. Rod said, which wrestlers besides yourself have the strongest improv skills? Janhausen, Jericho, Paul White, for sure, and William Regal. Andrew Zarian is here. Hello, Andrew. He was in the spaces and then he ducked out. He probably doesn't like listening. He needs to see my face. Showbiz says, is that a French press or a French Canadian press? That's a riot. Andrew said, hey, Nails. Oh, Andrew's just all over this. Will is going to do amazing. Look at him commenting here, participating. Steven said, I saw David Arquette at an MTV Ski House thing promoting Scream. I think he was a maniac, and I liked him ever since. He was awesome in Road Killers. That's your opinion? Andrew said, where is RJ's graphic? I don't know. You're the scoops guy. Get in there. Nobody knew I was even coming to AEW. I kept stuff well wrapped up. Kept it away from Sean Ross Sapp. Andrew said, yes, in the chat. Suplexus said, I never heard anyone say a turd of shit before. I have to be admired for my redundancy. Showbiz said, May the 4th is now Carrie Fisher Day. And we have to promote her. Showbiz, oh, we did that already. Gina said, I literally quote tweeted Will's graphic asking where yours is. It's a damn travesty. It started as a joke, and now it's not. Bazet said, RJ, you want me to talk to Tony Pakistani, the half Pakistani, and get you a graphic? Yeah, I'm sure it's a real good icebreaker, Bazet. Thank you. Andrew said, I saw the Persian Man a few weeks ago, and he disappeared. What? Luke Willoughby said, stupid, sexy Will Washington. It's nothing to do with sex. It was a kind of a smug pose, if you ask me. Andrew said, that Long Island Railroad has some magical powers. I'll say, but some very comfortable seats. SM said, what the fuck? My stream just got interrupted by an ad. I don't know what to tell you, although I hope I get paid for it. Sean said, the Bucks feel like such an obvious guest, as they're about as YouTube ready as you can be, self-deprecating and what gives. They're on my list. They are people who it's like, well, we got to get to them eventually. And I do have notes for them. They are such, and like them and Kenny are such busy people that I was like, I don't even want to bother them right now. But we're getting close to the time I have to ask them on the show for sure. Saeed said, happy Sunday to all. With 60,000 confirmed for Wembley, would you consider being on the card for a one-off match? I don't think that's my fucking goal. I would ask, if somebody said, you want to wrestle at Wembley? I'd say, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Andrew said, RJ, who's on the Hey W wish list? Well, we're talking Forbidden Doors. Tony Shalhoub, BB Newirth, Randy Orton, if I had to Forbidden Door it. Toru Yano, I've asked explicitly on Twitter. I've gotten no answer. Who is on the wish list? There's so many people. Juice Robinson, Jay White, Nigel Magic McGuinness, Hangman, the Bucks. Mox, still want to have Mox on the show because I'm a journalist and I do take this seriously. Who else? Samoa Joe needs to be on the show. There's so many people. Big Bill, Stoke, Jeff Hardy. So I mean, those are 10 just off the top of my head. And I'm sure we'll get there. We need to have referees at some point. I think that's important. Luke said, Ethan Page is a lot more incredible than his wrestling character is. I just want him to figure it out so much. I don't know how to help you. Nell said, I haven't watched Effie for a few weeks, but I'm sure Effie does not want to be signed. Effie is fine. Someone did have a signed Thrussie sign last week, too. Alley Cash is not going to be signed until she cleans her car. Typo said, I have a really terrible... And then this chat skipped. I have a really terrible memory, so it's like I get all new Hey W episodes by the time I get to the end of the playlist and start over. We're well over 60 episodes. I think we're just gunning for 100 at this point. DK said, favorite wrestler working in Japan today. I normally would say Minoru Suzuki. I think he's one of the greatest of all time. Like, for my personal taste, to be able to do serious stuff, believable stuff, and then just boast back shit, insane comedy. Like, he always gets my vote. But currently, I'm big on the Julia train. I am a big fan. The whole deal is fantastic. And, Forbidden Door it. Damn it. I would love to get a lot of Forbidden. I have talked to people about the Forbidden Door. I just don't know who's going to be here and when. Andrew said, you're related to G. Gordon Liddy. I'm related to Ruth Gordon, Andrew. Gregory said, we went through Burger King drive-thru and saw a sign on the wall, a picture of chicken nuggets that said, Nugs, not drugs. And I want to steal it so bad. Yeah, because it's best to eat chicken nuggets when you're not on any drugs. Ryan said, would you say you have a favorite fruit? I've been loving some watermelon. I've been digging it. I would say watermelon. Watermelon, pineapple. I usually have like a fruit salad. My grandmother used to freeze grapes and would suck on them like mint. And I really miss that. Christy said, if RJ comes to Wembley in August, I'm going to teach RJ how to actually pronounce my name. Kirsty. Oh, Jesus. It's such a technicality. Maximus Prime said, I'm aware that's... Jesus. Showbiz is quoting Daddy Magic. This buffoon, this bozo. He sounds like Daddy Magic is 2 degrees off Sebastian Maniscalco's impression. Suplexus has said, hey, what are you, buddy, a piece of shit or something? Alex said, of the Hey W shows, who has the best clips that didn't make it into the final show that we will never see? I would say 99% of everything we filmed, you see. I hate when people go, there must be some great outtakes. And then it's like, why? It's hard enough to get the content we have. Anything that's been cut out, has really just been because it didn't fit, usually because by the time it comes out, things have changed and that made sense. If somebody had talked about being champion and they're no longer champion, and it's that kind of thing. The Acclaim did that. They were with the Gun Club, with the Guns, excuse me. And then they broke up like the week later. And so we had to get rid of all that stuff. So like that's a good example. But otherwise, I do want to say, I finally have, now that Arn Anderson is on TV more and more, I run into him all the time. And he just looks at me and he goes, "You're crazy, man. You're crazy." And it just makes me so fucking proud. Andrew said, "Don't tell that piece of crap Sap a thing. Listen, what I DM Bob Sapp is none of your business. Not sure if you know, but he's a big Yenta with his Fightful website. Oh, he's Yenta Extreme. He had no idea about me going to WWE and then had no idea about me going to AEW. And he calls himself a fucking journalist. It's a shame." Claire said, "If you go to the UK and do the road to All In, will you be okay with driving on the wrong side of the road?" Yes, I will. It'll be so frightening. I've never been. I've only been to Italy twice, and I really didn't need to go anywhere else. But yet, Wembley, here we come. Neil said, "I get cranky of all the people on the list cutting Prince Nana." Oh my God, I forgot about it. I'm so sorry. I'm getting to him. We're getting there. That's a perfect example of like someone I haven't had on the show yet because he's up to weird shit. Like, he was with the Gates and then Cage, and then it was a Ring of Honor. And where's this guy going? And then he hooked up with the Mogul affiliates. So it's like every week this guy does something new, and it's hard to get it to make notes for a guy like that. Tiffany said, "Good morning, everyone. I just turned in my paper from my master's program." Well, congrats to you, Tiffany. It's on wrestling or some sort of cultural shit. Zach said, "Does this terrible assault on you ban Mox from the show?" Absolutely not. And like the great Morley say for Christiane Amanpour, I welcome everyone on this show. Luke said, "Florence Pugh on AEW." I have nothing to say to her. I already said it to Soraya. Julia Hart, I would accept, said Luke. That's another good suggestion. Miss Annie said, "Prince Nana recently appeared on Renee's show because she doesn't have any tact, you know." Kirk said, "I would love to see Jay White just for the New Zealand specific questions. I've done my research on him." Steven said, "Are you going to be at the Detroit show Wednesday?" Yes, I am. Neil said, "Forbidden Door guest, Shane Hayes of the mighty Don't Kneel. I'm in love." And I maybe, yeah, but what if you're in church is my question. Danny said, "For episode 100, you should interview your evil twin via camera trickery." There's too much of me on the normal shows. Rod said, "We're at 55 episodes of AEW. Thank you for counting, Rod. So we're not over 60 at all." I appreciate that. You know who'd make a perfect AEW guest, said Ryan? The entirety of SAP, the Spanish Announce Project. That would be a dream come true. Yes, it would. Gina has a request. "Oh my God, if you get refs, please get Bryce and ask him about reffing Invisible Man versus Invisible Stan. It was ridiculously epic." I will take that under consideration. Nail said, "RJ was pronouncing Socio wrong for so long that we all were too. Such a revelation when he corrected himself. So sorry." Austin said, "You're going to do more trailer reactions?" I'll get to them at some point. I've done so many sitcom intro reactions and I can't stop yet. I'll get there. Kirsty is how we pronounce it in Scotland. It just makes me giggle hearing non-UK people try and pronounce it. It's because you're discriminatory. Josh said, "You got beat up by Moxley and hit with a kendo stick by Shida. Why has AW become so dangerous for you?" Because I don't have a graphic and people don't realize I work there. So I wouldn't beat the shit out of this guy. Mia said, "That's why I use my nickname, because nobody ever says my name correctly. And her name is Susana with an H." Rob said, "He's cashing out on all the workers' comp, Josh." Oh, I'm filing it in reports. I'll tell you that. Cody said, "Can you sing the song Steve Martin sang on the bus in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? You mean 3 coins in a fountain?" Yes, I can. Not right now, though. Andrew said, "Prince up to weird shit, Nana." I can't think of one Prince who's not up to weird shit. Nail said, "If Yuta ever returns to the show, the first question should be, Utes, what the fuck?" He was trying to make a big show of it. He was like, "Well, everyone else is beating him up. I guess I might hit him too." T said the ghost of Lou Albano, holy grail. I would love to do an Andre the Giant seance, I think. Jeff said, love the nod to Robin Williams in the latest Hey W. I don't know what you're talking about. Mia said, I would like United Empire on Hey W. Also noted. Alex said, any comment on the rumor that Andy Warhol was the mastermind of the alliance to end Hulkamania? Andy Warhol was once interviewed backstage in very close proximity to Roddy Piper in a towel. Make of that what you may. Chrissy said, SRS or the likes as a guest for Hey W. No, absolutely not. DK said, great call on Julia. I would love to see you make a Stardom cameo. Yeah, me just showing up there. Is everyone having a good time? Just like a sort of a warm-up guy. I think that'd be really good. Susie said, wow, almost 10,000 subscribers. I'm so happy for you. Thank you. If we can just get there, I think I can post YouTube stories. That are not relevant, but whatever. W. Stein said, it would be hilarious to see you interview John Moxley while wearing a padded suit. Let me write my own fucking scripts, okay? Neil said, I look forward to the Lucha Brothers episode. Oh, with Alex saying Penta said repeatedly. Oh my God, they're also on the list. Christy said, Rob, I know I'm not like a unit of, oh, Jesus, what are we talking about? No, not talking to me. Austin said, if Eddie Murphy did it, you can too. Which reminds me that I want to watch my favorite Eddie Murphy movie, Norbit, tonight. Go watch the what was it, The Golden Child? It's great. CBD's Nuts said, hey, RJ, can you sing the song John Candy sings on the bus in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? Are you talking about the Flintstones? Yes, I can. Claire said, Aussie Open on AEW would be chaos. I've met them several times. They are a bit hyper. T. Fuller said, somebody must have already asked if your mom is American, but were you born here? Go watch more programming. T. I've explained this in full many, many times. Mr. LAJ said, RJ, have you ever watched Father Ted? Not really. I'm a more of an are you being served guy on the buses kind of fella. Sean said, I should say, Stardom. Come on, let me hear you. Luke said, MJF needs the Hey W bump. Oh my God. Yes, of course. Lady said, got to head out a bit early today. Have a grit. And then she was accosted or something. Luke said, I'm pretty sure I saw them in Philly, but no one knew who they were because they didn't have their masks on. And I was like, Luchadors have the perfect gig. You never know. You didn't see them. You're full of shit. Rod said, is QTV trying to hire you in order to up their journalistic reputation? I just share an office with them sometimes. You know, it's limited on the road, and they have all the shared workspace kind of thing. They seem like great guys. Gregor said, I want the knife. I said, please. Mike said the Dungeon of Doom would have been great on AEW. Lady Pam said, I got to head out early today. Have a great next week. T said, Allison said you won over people one by one. I was the one that was one, but not the only one. Well, it was 2 by 2. David said, yes. Are you being served and keeping up appearances? Luke said, Leva Bates had a similar reaction where she could get to her car minimal, if any reaction. Of any harassment. Wow. Okay. Yo said, how old are you? That's a little personal. I'm 67. V said, are you being served is awesome, but waiting for God was always my favorite. Molly said, after this, I plan to watch Monster Brawl. I suggest you take your namesake before you watch it. Saeed said, any great moments in wrestling coming back in the works? I had talked about it. I love that animation company, Solus Animation. They're now called Crooked City. You can look them up. They're amazing. We've talked about doing more stuff together. It's just difficult to find when and how, but we always keep in touch. Mike said, fun fact, the Golden Child is a girl. Well, way to ruin a fucking movie for everybody. Fred said, Golden Child is a great 80s movie, but nothing beats Big Trouble in Little China. Great practical effects. Wistine W. Stein said, you could do a video of watching all the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror intros? I could. Bert said, are you more of a Paul Lynde or Charles Nelson Riley guy? I heard that Paul Lynde was anti-Semitic. It's definitely a hard rumor, but I have not heard any remote equivalent about Charles Nelson Riley, so I'm going to go with him. Gregory said, that was a Golden Child reference. Great flick. We don't call them flicks anymore. Raj said, does Allison Rosen have you in your own head about your stream now. For those of you who missed it, Allison Rosen did a deep dive on the sounds of me peeing. I thought it was really invasive. I thought it was very derogatory towards me, but it has not deterred my urine at all. I think she's wrong. I think she's probably a soft peer. Whole family of timid urinators. Christy said, RJ, mostly naked online every Sunday. Age is too personal. Yes, it is. Cody said, would you be a boy for Dalton Castle's entrance? No, it's too much on my face. I'm going to get claustrophobic. I want to be the boy who has a panic attack during his entrance. It's a lot of work. It really, really is. You have to clap. You have the fans. You got to be in bare feet on a stage. What kind of sick world are we living in? Freshly Pranked has been a member for 3 months. God bless you. Mr. the LAJ said, Dustin the Turkey for Hey W. Okay. Suplexus has said, I remember the first time you responded to my tweet. I said something about just discovering you and watching all your videos. And you said, where the fuck has everyone been all this time? That's true. I love the people who tweet. I just realized that it's not Hey Ew, it's Hey EW. It's like, okay, so you never watched 1 second of the fucking show ever, because it's literally within the first 10 seconds of every episode, I say it. So just tell me you don't watch the show. That's like when I have guests on and I go, have you seen the show before? And they go, I've seen clips, which basically means no. It's fine. It's okay. Continue sharing the show, though. God bless you. Jess said, hey, I'm getting another dead actress on my arm later this month. I'll have Mabel Normand and Clara Bow soon. Thought you'd like to know. When are you going to get Gail Sondergaard on your arm? That's what I want to know. Austin said, I love the Simpsons Halloween episodes. I bet it would take you forever to react to the Simpsons intros with the 30 years of different couch gags. Yeah, it's too long. Tiffany said, I once spent a sleepover in middle school watching Are You Being Served with a friend's grandmother while my friends played Mall Madness, and you're so much better before it because there's no phones anymore, but people are still watching Are You Being Served, so you won in the end. Are You Being Served? They used to play in Canada on the Kids Network on YTV at like midnight. And I cannot believe they did, but it certainly explains a lot about me. T. Fuller said, I thought Ben was hilarious as entrance music. Do you recall an entrance song that amused you? I used to Come Out to Fame by Irene Cara, and I loved it. Nell said, an enthusiastic boy refusing to take his shoes off would be hilarious to be fun. No, I'm not going to take my shoes off. Well, because the ground is cold. CBD's Nut said, hit me with your favorite euphemism. No, wait, you can't. That's such a blanket statement. Hit me with your favorite euphemism. I mean, I do, and this is not a euphemism, but I do like saying, let me get my druthers and let me get my bearings. It supposes that I'm some sort of machine or some sort of engineer. I don't know if it counts as a euphemism, but still. Alex said, what gimmick or shtick have you been sure would never click with the fans that ended up getting over? It's like black and white face paint with red under the eyes. Neil said, I spend my entire Sunday sharing the show to obsessive levels. And thank you. Positively, he said, when did you pee on camera? I did not pee on camera. She was creeping behind the door and listened. Rod said, are you a fan of the It Crowd? I've not really seen it. I know about it. I just haven't gotten there yet. Amanda said, I'm going to Cedar Point on my way home from Detroit on Thursday. Roller coasters make my dopamine flow. I do want to go. I don't have that many people that like riding roller coasters anymore. It bothers me. Amanda said, I just read that. Mikey said, I was going to say, YTV got me into Are You Being Served? It's so insane that they would ever play that. Longball McGlovin said, any spoilers for Trombone Champ? Do we find out what's in the box this week? No, we do not, but I'm fucking working on it. Jeff said, aren't you barefoot right now? Yes, on carpet, Jeff. Find me a wrestling show that has a carpeted entranceway, which is absolutely what I'll be doing. Angel said, who peed on camera? No. I did Allison Rosen's podcast. I got to her house and I was like, can I use the bathroom? She's like, sure. And then I went to the bathroom, did the podcast. Weeks later, she DMs me going, your stream was really loud and powerful sounding. I was like, what sort of voyeur bullshit is this? And then when I came back on the show with Dalton, we discussed it at length. because it's an important thing to talk about. David said, big fan of YTV, was just hanging with PJ Phil the other week. I ran into him in LA a couple weeks ago when I did the David interview. Ran down the street. I was doing that Busted Open party, and it was a wild world. Candy said, I've converted so many friends of mine to watch your content. They don't even watch wrestling, but they ask for the show link. That's the shit I'm talking about. That's me performing a service. So Plexus said, I showed my parents a video with you before. My dad kind of sat there with his mouth hanging open, not understanding what we're talking about. My mom said, you're handsome. And that's the way it always goes. Luke said, hit me with your favorite euphemism is a lesser-known Pat Benatar song. Positively E said, watched a lot of Are You Being Served with my ex, great show, Love. What? Christy said, are you aware of the Carry On movies? Yes, I am. Also not something that I've seen, but I'm aware of them. There is also an Are You Being Served movie. Amanda said, I would buy your freaking ticket to go with me. I mean, I'm not fun to go with, but still. Andrew said, RJ City pees on camera. Reported by the Wrestling Observer. I would love to know if Dave has seen any of my work. I feel like Brian has at some point. I think Dave might be confused. He answered me once, I think, about something historical. That made me feel very smart. Steven said, are you for or against spit tags? It's all about how they're used. You know, it's like weapons in the business. If you rely on them, I think they're a crutch. But if you build to them, if you make them worth something, then it's really something. Frank Bonadonna said, who's your favorite comedian / humorist? I feel like you'd vibe well with David Sedaris or John Mulaney. I would say Jack Handy. I think about his jokes constantly. Like I think about them. Like I look up in the sky and I think about them. Who else do I really love? I mean, Phil Hartman, I really always loved, although he's not really, a stand-up. I love Jonathan Katz. Is really fantastic. I listen to his stuff and I'm bemused by it. And Richard Lewis. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else. I remember that Bonnie McFarlane is very funny. Colin Quinn, I love. I'm just fucking listing comedians now. Neil said, I hope it becomes the second Google hit under his rim job comments on Fightful. Andrew said, it totally ruined it. And we could be talking about anything right now. That's why RJ doesn't have an AEW graphic. Tony was very upset. Yeah, see, I blew it. This is what happens. Rod said, the wrestler for people who don't like wrestling. V said, who wants bare skin on public surfaces? Exactly. Christine is gifted 5 memberships. Molly, Cookin' Niggens, Showbits, Fred Burgers, Poop Hole, Tiffany Young. You all got memberships, so we use them wisely. Saeed said, did you get Toronto vibes when you were in Chicago? Many movies have been filmed using Toronto with Chicago. Toronto has been used. It's a great scent double city. It's being used as New York. It's being used as Pittsburgh, unfortunately. Austin said, I got to go next. I'm leaving for work soon. Wish me luck because Sundays are busy when church lets out. Hope you have a great week, RJ, and everyone. Austin's a drug dealer. Mia said, I'm seeing Matt Cardona today. Do you want me to get your $10? No, because it has nothing to do with him. It has everything to do with Chelsea Green. She owes me $10. She ought to be ashamed of herself. Leave Matt Cardona out of this. Just Chelsea Green. She owes me $10. She's in Las Vegas. I'm at an actual party. I'm on TV. I'm wearing a different outfit every day. You can give me $10, Chelsea. That's all I'm going to say about it. But you are seeing Matt Cardona. So tell him I said hello. Ask him if he's ever seen Undertaker, a one dead man show, excuse me. Because actually, can I also point out, I've seen pictures of Undertaker, one dead man show, and he holds the mic. He has his gloves on stage. He has his MMA gloves on. He's holding the mic. How sensitive are your hands that you have to hold gloves? You have to wear gloves for your one-man show. Who else is here? Andrew said, RJ, I need to confess something. I've been attempting to manifest a friendship with David Arquette. Is this a mistake? Andrew, it will ruin your fucking life. It has none of the Hollywood perks at all. It's burden after burden. And then you go, my career's not improving. And it's because he's a vacuum. He's a celebrity void, quite frankly. Okay, let me catch up before we go. Somebody just yelled Dr. Katz. Oh my God, Trisha Dora is listening in spaces. I don't mean to call you out, but you're wonderful. I'm saying hello. I don't mean to, whatever. I'm sorry. I feel like I put you on the spot now. Just ignore me. I didn't say it. Never mind. It's okay. CBD's Nuts said if you could get Tony Khan to pony up for a song license, it would be You Don't Own Me by the wonderful Leslie Gore. Sassy Cat has joined the membership group. Thank you. Kingdom said good morning, everyone. He showed up literally a minute before we're ending. Amanda said she wore 7 outfits for her bachelor party, and she posted, Chelsea Green, sell one of your outfits and give me my $10 back. You're a scam artist, and you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And on that note, I will see everybody in Detroit next week. I urge you, go watch the latest AEW with Hikaru Shida. She was fantastic in a variety of ways. Andrew said Dr. Katz Medicine Woman was a great show. Thank you. Go buy the shirts. Go like and share all the AEW shit. Because it was a nice time. Go support Shida. She sang. I don't know what else to say. She sang on the show. She blew me away. Go enjoy it. And let's get a final look at these little comic book things here. Aren't they adorable? I'll say so. Until next time, Godspeed and God bless.